So I wanted to make a video on a concept that we're all quite familiar with. I think it's something we've all experienced. I think it's something that possibly has started a few relationships, certainly ended a few relationships, and often put a lot of relationships into turmoil. And that is the idea of the crush. Now, we're all familiar with the idea of what a crush is. It's that individual that we see at a distance, this almost angelic being that just seems so perfect that actually we can't help but falling for them. And if we take that a bit further, we also assume that our life would be almost arguably better with them in our lives, and actually pursuing them is what we're missing. Often because what we do is we unfairly juxtaposition our current life and our current partner next to this novelty individual. And that's unfair because we know our partner very well. We have long-term responsibilities towards them, and so the dynamic of the relationship has shifted up slightly. However, this angelic individual that we're seeing just seems so perfect. The reason why they seem so perfect is a number of things. One, they're a novelty to us. And in being a novelty, that's exciting, it's thrilling, it's something that we've yet to explore, it's new. Now, the thing about novelty is it's not long term, it's short term, it's the honeymoon phase. Now, I want you to remember that when you had that novelty period with the partner you were currently with, it's a relatively surface level form of connection. It just sort of sucks us in an excitement kind of thing, right? And two, you don't know that person very well, hence why they're very exciting. They seem like this perfect individual. You don't know them very well. You haven't seen them on their down days. You haven't sort of had to guide them through sort of upset in the middle of the night if they're struggling with something, or their difficulty with their parents and thing. You haven't had to deal with any of that. You just see this perfect individual and you just think they're amazing. So you have this kind of novelty and this low level knowledge of them. And that's unfair because you compare that to an individual that you live with, who you have lots of knowledge with and lots of responsibility with, and actually it doesn't have the novelty it originally had. So you might fall into this idea that actually pursuing that person is the grass being greener on the other side. And it's just not true. When we see that individual, what it actually is it's an escape. The crush is an escape from the reality we're currently living in. The monotony of responsibility and the individual that we're all too familiar with. And then there's this angel, but they're only an angel because we know so little about them. But you can know this, and this is for sure, that individual will also cause you chaos. We don't know how, but they will cause you chaos. It'll probably be different chaos to the relationship you're in, but that individual will also come with baggage. And that's just true of any individual. But they only seem perfect because you don't know them very well. And that's a really, really important thing to know. I mean, look, if you're in an awful, terrible relationship and you're miserable and the other person's miserable and there's this angel out there, then, and you've tried to work things out in the relationship, it's not working, then by all means, finish the relationship, work on yourself, and then pursue who you want later down the line. What you don't want to do is then go and pursue someone else as a rebound. That's the point, right? But if you look at your relationship and you think, they're a good person, they're kind, they're nice, they're respectful, they're building something with me, I'm building something with them, they're reflective, they're an all-round great person and I love them. Well, know this, that if you left that individual and went off that other individual, if they're any good, when that novelty period ends, you'll just end up with what you've already got. So the point is that the grass is not always greener on the other side. The crush merely represents a want, a need, an urge almost to escape from the monotony of our reality. It's a short-term hit, a bit like a drug. That's what novelty is. And know that it is not a long-term solution for our happiness and our love towards our partner, our love on ourselves. The crush is a novelty and really not worth pursuing. Enjoy the rest of your day.